How we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And I always like to highlight stories like this about these frauds and these hoaxes, whether it be the Jesse Smollett case, or whether it be all the lies that was told about the Covington kids, all the lies told about Kyle Rittenhouse. You can go through the list of stories, whether it be the Hunter Biden laptop story. The media is constantly pushing false narratives. And it's not, this stuff doesn't start with the media, okay? This starts with the people on the ground. Their low-level individuality, the mentality starts at the bottom and works its way up to the top. A lot of it comes down from the top. There's certain key characters, but all of this stuff filters up. Because anything that fits and approves of their narrative, any lie that automatically fits the news media's narrative, they're not going to fact check it. They're not going to look into it at all. They're simply going to run with that narrative because it's going to get them a juicy headline and a whole bunch of clicks all at once. And they know that's all that really matters to their advertisers is how many clicks they're getting. It doesn't matter if they're complete and total fakes. It only matters about the clicks. And so they will intentionally write things just to be emotionally charged to get clicks. But our goal as individuals on our side of things, on the common sense side of things, is to sit back, assess a situation, and look at things completely and wait for all the information to come out before we make a judgment or before we go running our mouths either off to our friends, online, or anything else. I always got accused of being a know-it-all, right? That's what I used to get accused of because I'm an information sponge. I love researching things. I love looking into new topics. I love just reading and learning things and just absorbing whatever amount of information I can about some topic I'm interested in. And whenever people were wrong or whenever people asked about something, I was always the first one at the front to explain that to them, either why they were wrong and correct them, or to inform somebody about something that they didn't already know. And like I said, I used to get accused of being a know-it-all for that. My intention was never to show off what I knew. My intention was to correct other people so that they would not go out and to proceed with giving other people false information. Because trust me, there's nothing more confident than a fool who thinks he knows something and doesn't actually know what the hell he's talking about. They will spread disinformation like nobody's business. So that's why it's always been my goal. That's why it's my goal to bring you news and information. That's why it's my goal to bring you stories like this, because I don't want you to be wrong. I want you to have the right information as much as I possibly can give it to you. And I'm not asking you to trust me. I always want you to verify any of the information I give you for yourself. But the big thing I want you to take away from this video, at least for the moment right now, is to remember, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. That was something my grandfather drove into me as a kid because he knew there was BS out there in the world, that there was a lot of false information, that there was liars, that there was cheaters, that there were people out there that would intentionally manipulate you. So, like my grandfather said, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. So, let's get into the only believe half of what you see part of that very same thing. From theblaze.com, racist signs found above water fountains in Georgia high school. Turns out student of color is behind hate hoax. Dun dun dun. That's why I don't ever believe these stories in the beginning, because how many times do we have to be burned? Once burned, twice shy? At this point, we should be so shy of these people that we should stay a million miles away from them. They're insane. Racist signs above drinking fountains, one reading whites here and the other reading colored here, were spotted in a Georgia high school last week. The Blaze has reported time and time again about hate hoaxes, and it turns out this was yet another ruse. And the hoax actually was carried out by a student of color, WMAZ-TV reported. What are the details? The signs in question were spotted in Warner Robins High School last Wednesday, the station said. The school district, Houston County Schools, did not describe the signs. WMAZ reported, adding that the viewers sent the station photos showing two adjacent water fountain signs with one white seer sign above it and the other colored seer sign above the other. Principal Chris McCook said the signs were immediately removed, WMAZ said, adding that McCook said in a call to parents that school dealt with the culprit but did not elaborate. The station reported that it did confirm that the student who put the sign up was a person of color. No motive has been released. Do we need a motive to be released? These people are so twisted in their brain, they have been so indoctrinated into the cult that it is better for them to fake a hate situation, fake people being racist towards them, than it is to just be honest about the real world around you and to not believe the lies you've been fed. These people have been raised in a way and programmed in a way and brainwashed in a way that they believe racism is everywhere. In order to prove their own narrative true, to be able to prove it true in their own mind, they have to make up incidences so they can be the victim of their own story, because that's the society we have currently found ourselves in, the society we have currently created by not paying attention, by not getting involved. We have created a society where victim is the highest status in these people's mind. Nothing is better to them than being a victim, because that is their virtue. Victimhood. They have to be able to play the victim. Principal Chris McCook said the sign... Yeah, okay, we've read that part. The station reported that it did confirm that the student who put the signs, was color. No motive release was reported. Okay. We take these offensive matters very seriously, and we do not tolerate this type of behavior, McCook added. Walter Stevens, executive director for school operations, added to the station that we're very quick, we're very swift in dealing with situations, as well as the students who do things like this in our school system. Steffens also told WMAZ that it was an isolated incident and the parents should feel safe letting their kids go to their schools. Of course they should, because this is a fake hate crime. None of it is true. It was put up by a kid of color. The following is a list of short or similar state hate hoaxes carried out at schools. This one's white and colored over water fountains this was just last month at Seakin, at this high school in Sacramento. Culprit was a black female. 54-year-old black male was charged in June 2022 for tagging, a Salisbury University in Maryland. This one's 2019. Classes had to reset, but University of Livorno was threatened and attacked on campus, leading the school to put everything on lockdown. Turns out it was all a lie. Made it all up. Former President Donald Trump, 18-year-old student in University of Louisiana at Lafayette, had been robbed by two white men of her wallet the day after forming a headscarf worn by a Muslim woman, but she made the entire thing up. Also, after the Trump's election, Bowling Green State University, 3 white boys wearing shirts threw rocks and called her slurs. Turns out, she made it all up, possibly over frustration with friends who were Trump supporters. University of Michigan, November 11th, 2016, a white man in Ann Arbor threatened to burn her if she didn't remove her hijab. Turns out, that student was falsely claiming this. So this stuff just keeps going on and on and on. These people have been trained that they are the victims of everything. They are victims of their entire life, that everybody should treat them as such. Everyone should cater to them. Everybody should bow down to them, because they have been brainwashed to believe that they are the victim of the entire world, that the entire world is out to get them. And if they don't find enough signs of it, these people are so insane, the mental gymnastics that they have to bend themselves into inside of their brain, that they intentionally make up crimes to further their narrative. Well, guess what? This ain't the way it used to be. Things aren't the way they used to be anymore. All right, we're paying more attention. We're not going to let you get away with this stuff. That's why I tell you, find good sources with good information, people that don't jump to conclusions. Find independent journalists that you trust. Find small independent media organizations that you trust, like The Blaze, like the Daily Wire, okay? Timcast.com. Check those guys out, okay? These are some of the independent journalists I trust. If you don't want to trust the ones I use, find your own, but you need to find somebody with a good track record that tells you the truth, that when they make mistakes, they correct them and they openly admit to them and they don't try to hide them. Because that's the mainstream media, and that's the same stuff we've been getting our entire lives. Well, that time is over now. You have access to unlimited information in your pocket. Nothing takes more than a search away, whether it be DuckDuckGo, whether it be Google, whether it be the Brave web browser. Find you places you trust. Find sources of information you can trust. Stop being ignorant. There is no excuse for it anymore. The only way you stay ignorant in this modern world is if you choose to. So either choose to be ignorant or choose to be informed and make a difference. Like my grandfather said, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. But hey guys, that's just my common sense take. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can send this out to all your friends, because you know there's no other way they're going to see it, and that's the only way the truth's ever going to get out there. Thanks for watching.